Hello, I'm Reese Kissel.
And I'm Isaiah Packer.
Welcome to a new Sports Zone update.
So on Monday, September 11th, the Bills took on the Jets at MetLife Stadium.
MetLife Stadium is one of the few NFL stadiums with turf still being used. A lot of them have converted to grass fields.
And the reason behind this is because of injuries and NFL players just not like him in general. And this is proven when star quarterback Aaron Rodgers went down on the very first drive with an Achilles injury. Later in the week, he was unfortunately confirmed as a tear. And the Jets are not supposed to look to second overall pick Zach Wilson to hopefully lead the team to their first playoff appearance since 2010.
Yeah, see, I don't really see this happening. Zach Wilson, we've seen him play for at least 2 years now. He hasn't done well. He's been very mediocre in his play style. Some QBs to replace him if he doesn't do too well. It's Jameis Winston, a backup for the Saints, proven starter. Carson Wentz, who's a free agent, also a proven starter. And maybe even calling Tom Brady. Tom Brady is proven. He's a good Super Bowl quarterback. He can take the team over the hump. Some notable games coming up this week. Ravens and Bengals going to be a big division game versus Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. Got the Chiefs at the Jaguars and the Seahawks at the Lions. Both of these games will really give us an insight on the playoff picture. Will the Chiefs or the Jaguars be the top dog in the AFC? Will the Seahawks be a playoff team? Or will the Lions finally be a Super Bowl contender?
So on Saturday, September 16th, it is going to be the first matchup between Notre Dame and Central Michigan in both schools' history. So maybe it'll be something new. Maybe it'll be something interesting.
Yeah, maybe, Central Michigan coming off a big win versus New Hampshire, 45-42, where quarterback Burt Emanuel Jr. was throwing for 193 yards, going 7 for 19 with 2 touchdowns. But he also had 2 interceptions. Wide receiver Chris Parker led the team in receiving yards with 3 receptions for 124 yards.
Yeah, and Central Michigan is only 90th in points scored per game with 26, as well as being 118th in points scored against with 36.5.
Yeah, I think this is really going to show against Notre Dame's defense. We got a good defense going in for the Irish. I think Notre Dame's coming off a big win versus NC State, 45-22. This is going to give them a lot of momentum going into the game. Star quarterback Sam Hartman threw for 286 yards, going 15 for 24 with 4 touchdowns, while running back Audric Estime led the team on the ground with 134 yards and 2 touchdowns on 14 carries. Their air game's been pretty good as well, with Holden Stays leading the team, 115 yards and 2 touchdowns and 4 receptions.
Yeah, and Notre Dame is 12th in the country in scoring with points per game, with 47.7, as well as 15th with points scored against, with only 10.
Yeah, I think this stat is also going to show. I think Central Michigan's defense is not very good. I think being 12th in the country in points scored is really going to show in this matchup.
Yeah, and listening to the stats above, it seems as if Central Michigan has no chance. I mean, on top of this, Notre Dame is currently ranked 9th in the country, with Central Michigan being unranked. And the spread is set at negative 34.5, heavily favoring Notre Dame.
Yeah, I also am favoring Notre Dame, with my prediction being 31-10. I think Notre Dame's going to run all over Central Michigan on the ground because their rushing defense is 31st. That is not very good. Audric Estime is going to have a great game with at least 3 touchdowns, going for over 150 yards. I think Hartman is going to have a good game. Going to be a little quiet. I think Estime is going to take the cake against Central Michigan here.
My score prediction is going to be 59-17. I believe that their pace is going to be unmatched. They're going to have a bunch of deep passes, a bunch of long runs. I believe that the only reason that Central Michigan even has 17 points is due to Notre Dame's fast pace, how much they're scoring. And, Notre Dame's the clear alpha dog, the clear favorite, and I'm expecting a blowout.
Going to be a good game. Yeah, me and Isaiah are actually going to be at the game this Saturday. We're going to be in the press box. So next week during Buzz in the Bend, we're going to give a really good play-by-play. We're going to have some good highlights to show you guys, and we'll see you next week for that.
The Raleigh Wildcats basketball merch store is now open. Make sure you go follow at Raleigh Wildcats B-Ball for information, and make sure you support your Wildcats this season.
Thank you for tuning in this episode of Sports Zone. I'm Reese Kissel.
And I'm Isaiah Packer.
Tune in next week for your next Sports Zone update.